Welcome to Honest Whispers Review to Sell. On this video I'll be reviewing Styling S Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Series 1 Force Impulse Gashapon figure. This was released back in 2006 by Bandai. There's no designer or sculptor that's credited. And I'm going to go over 5 different categories to review this. First category is design, which basically goes over the concept and the pose. And just to go back on this is a Gashapon, so it comes in a mystery box. You don't know which figure you're going to get. It does come in several different pieces. The wing, the backpack, or the wing itself comes in 5 different pieces. And then you got the 2 separate hands, the arms, the head, and then the chest and the legs. So as you can see when you look at it, it fits all perfectly well. There's no seam line that stands out. So it's very well designed, and the pose itself very dynamic. It looks like it's charging in, ready to engage in a fight. And the cool thing about this too is that he has his head tilted so that it looks like he's definitely looking at what he's reaching for right there. He has the sword ready to strike. Very dynamic and unique. Design, I'm going to go ahead and give it a perfect 10 out of 10. The next category is sculpting, which basically covers the execution of the figure itself, the details, and even the quality of the molding. So when you look at the details from the head, I mean, there's so much nice little details. It's all a little intricate. From the face to the side of the face or head. Even the chest right there. Everything from the inner parts. Like the elbow. And just to kind of give you a perspective of how small this scale is. It's elevated on a base, and as you can see, to the top of the wing itself, it's just under 5 inches, around 4 3/4 inches tall. So it's a very small figure, and for Bandai to get all the details. And I think the one thing that stands out the most is the hand right there. Just the way the fingers are all well proportioned. They're all curled, kind of in that realistically dynamic way. So it's almost like, how should I say, has a lot of organic feel to the pose and look. Now the molding isn't completely perfect. You could see right there on the knee. Doesn't have like a clean cut, which also makes the white paint kind of stand out right there. There's other areas like maybe around the feet. Even the sword right there has a bit of a molding issue. And you could see right there on the pink, the edge isn't perfectly straight. So it looks like maybe somebody touched it or something before it completely dried and hardened. But it's very minor, and as you can see when I zoom back, and that's looking up very close. From afar, I guess you can kind of see the reflection. It gets a little darker on that pink area, but beyond that, the edge still looks straight from afar away. These molding, or not molding, but basically the cast itself might have issues or anything like that, but I think overall, and those are very minor issues really. So I'm going to give the sculpting a 9 out of 10. Now as far as the painting goes, this figure actually has a lot more variety of colors compared to the other figures in the same line. Even the head right there, just above the red, between the yellow, I guess horns or antennas. Well, they're not really antennas, so I guess you could have to say like horns. They're like right there, a light blue square. And when you look at the eyes, it has the red outline with the blue, which has a gloss finish, like a light blue gloss finish to it. The yellow around the chest, the V right there. Most of the lines, as you can see, are pretty much straight. Might be minor issues here and there. For instance, the blue line, the royal blue line right there, isn't completely straight, so you could see some white kind of invading in the border. This blue line right here, it kind of fades a little bit, or rides on the indentation or the sculpted area. So it does, there are certain areas where it does kind of run over the borderline. The red right here, it's not a straight line, so you can see kind of like a red on some of the white and some white on the red. Although you could see a lot of sculpting and details, like little mini boosters, thrusters. So that's pretty cool details. So again, these are very minor flaws, and just like the sword area where I did bring it up as a molding issue, it does have some painting issue as well, because you could see right there, there is some gray paint on the top of the white area, and on the edge it's not like a straight line, so you could see some white there, and even some gray on the pink, which the pink part is supposed to be like the energy beam of the sword. The wings are done pretty much perfectly. You can see really straight edged lines. I mean, they're perfectly straight. So these paint flaws, and as to give you an example, when I kind of zoom back on it, it's not as, the sword is probably the most noticeable part, but for instance the foot, it's harder to notice from far away, especially that royal blue line on the side. Definitely looks straight, at least from somewhat of a distance, and then when you zoom in again, you can kind of nitpick on how you see the white line. So still, given the fact that this is like 4 inches tall, basically, I mean, it's elevated almost 2 inches, so, and of course when you look at the length of it, so yeah, it's about like a 4-inch tall figure. So to get the paint this good, I still give it a high score. That's why I'm going to go ahead and give painting a 9 out of 10. And the next category is value. When I bought this back in 2006, I bought it for around $6. Right now I've seen the average posted around like 15, some at a little higher. I seen like a new box listed unopened, so you don't know which figure you're gonna get, but that was around like $17, and these are all shipping included. The 15 one, that was opened just like this, but it does come from overseas. I'll probably go ahead and list this at 20, and probably do a bundle deal at 15 each on multiple, purchases. So for the value, I'm gonna go ahead and give this 7 out of 10. Because for its age, it didn't go up that high, but it still does have some aftermarket value. So overall, accounting for all the other scores on design, sculpting, painting, and value, and this is, I would say, one of my one of my favorites out of the Gashapon line, the Series 1. Mainly just the way the pose and everything looks, and as I mentioned, due to the variety of colors, this just has this vibrancy. It just kind of stands out more compared to, like, for instance, the Goof Ignited or even the Providence, where the painting or the colors is a bit more darker and more dull. So overall, I'm going to go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. Okay, so to recap, I'm going to give, design, 10 out of 10. Sculpting, 9 out of 10. Painting, 9 out of 10. Value, 7 out of 10. And overall, 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I find something clever to say. Don't hold your breath.